This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the month of July 2024. July blazes with vibrant, life-affirming, attention-getting energy. It launches the month and sets the stage for high drama that's coming midway through. The fieriness radiates from the Leo emphasis that courses through the month, with three bodies entering the sign. First, Mercury, enlivening minds and mouths, then Venus, pumping up sociability, and then the Sun, encouraging everyone to come out and play. This year's Leo edition comes with a twist, though. Two, actually. The sign's self-focused, grandiose propensities come softened, tempered, and sensitive to the existence of others, and quickly confront forces that outrank an individual ego. That's because before each body enters Leo's fires, it communes with the all-connecting otherworldly waters of Neptune. Then, as those waters are burning off, each body stares down stark truths, power dynamics, and other challenges from Pluto, agent of unavoidable change. The interplay presents inescapable reminders that we are each part of a greater whole, that we are each responsible for our individual role and to each other, and that we are individually and collectively in a surge of evolution. Heady undercurrents for a month associated with fun in the sun. They'll mold conversation, interactions, and self-expression, paradoxically suspending time and creating hyper-awareness of being in the moment. The pattern begins with communication and relationships. On June 2nd, Mercury trines Neptune as the Dream Weaver stations retrograde, then leaves ever-so-emotive Cancer and enters high-energy, outgoing Leo for a 3-week stay. Meanwhile, back in Cancer, Venus trines order-loving Saturn and unleashes a flood of commitments, obligations, and stabilizing. Challenging conversations and subterranean impulses grab attention the next day when Mercury opposes Pluto. Firm footing returns by the 5th. Mars's sextile to Saturn brings opportunities to act on those recent commitments and obligations and otherwise stabilize life, while the Cancer new moon's trine to Saturn grounds emotions and nurturing in structures with staying power. Overbearing or smothering, however, is not the point. Sextiles from Venus to Uranus and Mercury to Jupiter encourage breaks from the ordinary, novel connections, and lots of chatter. Watch for enhanced confidence and inner stability as the Sun trines Saturn July 10th. Interpersonal dealings are flowing nicely as well. Creativity and relationships enjoy a touch of heaven on earth when Venus trines her counterpart Neptune, July 11th. She immediately trades that glamour for the glitz of Leo and confronts us with some hard truths and power games with an opposition to Pluto, July 12th. And then comes the month's big event on July 15th. Mercury's inconjunct to Saturn is the lead-in, with obligations requiring tweaks in thinking and messaging. Something big gives, moves, erupts when Mars conjoins Uranus. The meeting redetonates April's Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It's a recipe for bold, sudden, perhaps unexpected activity, which could, take care, include accidents. This is the moment for implementing ideas and possibilities that broke loose for you in April. You may be the instigator, you may be the recipient. And if chaos erupts, don't panic. It carries a liberating, awakening potential. Opportunities quickly arrive to capitalize on that when the Sun sextiles Uranus July 18. Openings for inspired, divinely guided action follow. Mars sextiles Neptune July 20th and then flies into Gemini, where our drive, motivations, and approaches turn to ideas, multitasking, flexibility, and quick change artistry. The most astrologically complex day of the month follows on July 21st. The year's second full moon in Capricorn occurs at the last degree of the sign. An exact sextile to Neptune waters and softens this otherwise hard, goal-oriented moon, which is preparing the ground for Pluto's final visit to Capricorn, September 1st through November 18. Fittingly, the environment is hardly cozy. Venus's sextile to Jupiter is amplifying desires and a sense of entitlement to having them fulfilled. A square from Mercury to Uranus is peppering the air with startling, shocking news and messages, while the sky's movers and shakers, Mars and Pluto, are unleashing verbal assaults and aggressions. If something isn't adding to your long-term security, let the purging begin. The immediate personal ramifications become clearer after the Sun enters Leo July 22nd and opposes Pluto July 23rd. The standoff is delivering evidence of what you can and cannot control and calling for streamlining your life. Approach communications with a full shaker of salt when Mercury inconjuncts Neptune July 25th. Don't believe everything you think, hear, or read. On the other hand, hunches may be more accurate than what's flowing through information channels and social media. Logic and analytical thinking come back into reach that same day after Mercury enters his earthy, discriminating home of Virgo. Don't retreat into your head. The opportunities outside are too good and self-enhancing. Send feelers out into the world, connect with pals, and share your unique self as the Sun sextiles Mars. July ends with some rebalancing. Socializing gives way to obligations and commitments with Venus inconjunct Saturn, like a parent saying, "Not until after you do your homework." Meanwhile, Mercury's inconjunct to Pluto creates an interplay between the spoken and unspoken. You realize or spot something in a corner and think better of mentioning it. Or a revelation causes you to reconfigure your thinking or your phrasing. Saturn will have more for us in August. For now, let him show the confines of your existence, then dance within them. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. Visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, to sign up for my mailing list and get a quick reference guide to Jupiter in Gemini as a thank you for subscribing. Listen to my weekly podcasts and book a session with me. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook, on the page Empowerment Unlimited, and in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I post on Instagram and Threads at Kathy Biehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel.